All right, guys. So we have another one here. This is a 1995. See, this is for all you VIN number geeks. This is 2406 month 95. It's got the number 3, whatever you got to decode that. So it's a 95. So customer got this, and it just arrived in the mail. Brought it straight here, and he wants to make this thing original. Original meaning he wants to make it into the catalog. That's another way you want to build it. You want to make it look like a catalog. So one of the first things is that the brakes, these brakes were not the same one that went on there. They work fine. I told him, I said, actually, these are probably better than the original one. But he wants to do original. So right off the bat, he goes, I think I need a new cable. Guys, cable right here. This is fine, look at this. This is just a sleeve. All you do, pull this, put this thing in, and that's it. There's your brake. Except we're gonna loop this thing up. So we're gonna check it out right now. Let me see what homeboy's got. Ooh. Original GT clear grips. Put it on there. You got the GT word. It's gonna look pretty dope. I'll put that on last. So these are the original brakes. Keep in mind, guys, that does not mean it's better. Because a lot of times the original ones, they're not as good as the aftermarket. We got new cable because he felt like he needed one, which he doesn't. So here is the Holy Grail. These are the catalog brakes. I'll tell you guys this, if this was my bike, I would go and I would use these Shimano. These Shimano are better. They're just a little weathered. These right here are just stock Tektros, whatever they are. You know what they are. So, but that's what customer wants. He wants a catalog. So we gotta make sure everything's there. This one right here, these brakes, guys, it always comes with this one extra piece to go, and this is where you get the tension. You notice these two, look how small this hole is. Look how big this hole is. This one goes over here, and that's what creates the tension over here. Put a wrench, tension it. This side, no, there's no tension. This is the only tension, but this is the way you adjusted it. So it's one side. New Allen. I'm gonna steal the washers off the old one. So there you go. This brake lever right here, I don't think this is the original. This is the original. But I like this one better. The other thing he wants to do is he wants me to check out the wheel. The wheels are right here. 36-hole GT Mohawk. These are the correct ones. Comp 3 style 24s. I think it's gonna be literally impossible to find 24 Comp 3s, real Comp 3s that are still good. So these are fine. I did verify to him that these are the original GT 3-piece cranks, the GT profile. One of the things you could tell is, you see how deep that word is? The repop one, they're not as deep. They're very, very shallow. So this is the original one. Original sprocket, the original seat, the original inverted stem with everything. Yeah, for the most, everything's here. Some of you guys might say, wow, you know, it's cool. Some of you guys might say, hey, it's wrong. Let me hear the comment. Let me hear why this, why that. But keep in mind, guys, there's two ways of building it. He wants to build it like a catalog. That doesn't necessarily mean the bike is got the best parts, the best racing part, the best quality, the best function. Okay? So we're gonna put this together and we'll check this thing out. So one of the things I'm gonna do is you look at the brakes. See it's all oxidized? What I like to do is I do this. I got the sandpaper strip and I'll watch. Usually you just have to run it a couple times. Okay. You look at this and you look at that, a lot better. It looks like it's really scuffed up, guys. It's not. This thing, I think it's 400 grit. go and clean that, and then we're gonna lube it, and we'll put that on, okay? I'm gonna go ahead and do this side, and then we're gonna go ahead and clean up all this and then install it. Put a little bit of solvent on here. See how it's dirty? Get rid of all this. Get rid of all the dirt, the shaving. And there you go. Always clean all these things off, because a lot of time there's junk, and then plus you don't want any what ifs, you know? This guy go in, this guy go out. Okay, see there's a hole right here? That's where this piece goes in. Oh, you know, I forgot. Some of you guys are like, no, you forgot. I heard you. I heard you. So the reason for this being on the outside, so you could do this. Later on when you adjust, you could bend this. And see, it tensions it. I kind of slowed down on the kind of the tech stuff, the how-to stuff, because there's only so much you can do. So a lot of time these bikes come in, you know, I work on it. I just want to show you guys what I do on the daily with these, and what, like the minor stuff that we do. It's not that big of a deal. So look, see how it's like this? I'm going to show you how this thing is adjusted. This little piece right here, adjust, bend it out, tight, and see that? More tension. I'm gonna go ahead and put this thing on. Now this side is a little different. This side has the little holes here. Same thing with this. So you could go ahead and use V-brakes on this, and you don't have to use this. But these style right here, it has a little adjust piece. This one right here, there's 3 holes. First of all, what I'm gonna do is I'm just going to go and I'm gonna put it in this bottom one. And then what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna feel this. A lot of tension, less tension here. I'm not gonna know yet until I plug it into the lever, and we're gonna feel it. Once that happens, if I want to decrease this, all I do is go back into this little piece and counterclockwise and decrease it. How I'm gonna do it on this side, you just adjust it. The higher you go on this hole right here, the more tension is. But for now, I'm just gonna leave it like that. Okay, so this system right here, it requires this little, whatever you call it. It's a hanger, but it's different. So if you notice, there is a knob right here. This knob hooks in over here. But this side right here doesn't have it. So normally you guys look at knob where this thing's tight in the middle. No, this thing actually goes into here, and it feeds all the way through down there. This thing hooks here, and this thing hooks over here. It pulls this way. This thing tightens right here. The way they designed, see, it's supposed to pull in unison. Trust me, I don't like it. But you could also use V-brakes on this. When you use V-brake, you don't need this little bridge. But the customer told me he wants to use this. This is the one where it has a little GT logo right here. This little plastic piece. It's gonna go here. This is like a must-have. I didn't realize this, but I guess this is a high dollar piece. It's just a piece of plastic, ladies and gentlemen. So we're gonna pull this guy out, and we're gonna try to bring this guy in. This kind of sucks because this piece right here is all weathered, but my man wants to use that. And look, you can't pull this thing out. You can't get this piece out of here. So let me see how this is done. So pull that out. I don't want to break it because he said this thing is super expensive, whatever that means. I don't want to break it, so we're just gonna keep it. There we go. When you put it in, twist it the same direction the coil is. Don't just force it in because you freight it up. Now, if you look, see how there's this little hook? Now that you got this thing in, what you want to do is you want to pull this thing over and hook it. That's how you keep it there. See, look, it doesn't move no more. Sure that goes in here. Ah, yes, Max, it does. So, didn't realize it, but yes, we gotta put that, feed this thing in, then feed this guy back in. Again, twist to get it in. Goes in. And there you go. This guy hooks in. So I went ahead and did this because I didn't want to wait, but this kid right here, whenever he takes a bathroom trip, it takes a while, man. I don't know. But here it is. I don't know what that little shroud is called, but it goes in the front right here, through here, cable right here, and then plus this is the one thing I forgot to show you guys. Notice right here, come over here, Max. You see how this cable is bent like that? Okay, that's something where here, I'll take this out because I'll show you. Remember that little hook I was showing you guys? See that little tiny hook? That's where that thing goes over, and then now, look, it looks a lot more straight. Goes in, hook. Okay, don't tighten this thing up. Just kind of like snug it so it keeps it in there. This is just a mock-up. This is not the final product because I want to make sure the brakes are in sync before I put the wheel on, and then I'm going to tune it. There you go. These one have these little washers. It's pretty cool. The original washer that goes in there. It fits right into the slot. Then to kind of check both sides to see if got a sneaky bead. Yeah, I was really excited to see this bike come in, especially after the Frogtown race. You know what? Taking this thing out to the track and ripping it around, man, that's rad. So if you notice the pads are all off, that's fine because I'll adjust it. But what I want to do is I want to get the caliper in. So what I do is I'll hold this, or you guys have this fancy tool which I don't use. So how this tool works, it goes right here and it pinches this and it pulls. See that? I don't use this. I just hold here and then I'll just, see how I take my finger? I'll just pull, snug this thing up just a little, okay? Then I'm gonna adjust the pads. So what I do is I move this, I'm pushing this in, snugging that up, and I'm gonna do that to the other side. There you go. So then what this is a trick I'm gonna do. See how they're both touching the pad? They're both touching the rim. So I want to bring it in just a little. So what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna squeeze these. There you go. If you want to bring these in a little bit more, this is what you would do. You would tighten this up. This thing is just barely snug. I'm gonna squeeze this really tight. Watch it move. See that? Now I'm gonna really tighten this thing down, and the pad should be flat. This side here, it still has a gap. It's a little loose. I'm gonna do the same thing. I'm gonna pull it really tight. There it goes. See how it moved in? Now I'm gonna tighten this. Okay, everybody has their own ways, guys. It's wrong, it's right, whatever works. So Max made a really good point. If you adjust it, you also have to remember, see this little piece right here? See, it goes, you can't go and adjust until this thing's up, it's gonna bottom out. Yes, I'm well aware of that, but I wanna make it where everything stays within the frame. So this right here, very, very little. You get a lot of wheel space right instead of this thing all the way down. Just the way I prefer it, so that's the way I'm gonna tune it. You go ahead, snug everything up. Everything is all snugged up. Now, I'm gonna trim. I like to fold this thing in, cut this little frayed piece right here. See how it's all messed up? I want this clean, crisp cut. Clean. last, final piece. The clear grips. It's for nostalgic reasons. So we gotta be very careful with this thing because it's very, very thin. Light air. Got the GT logo under there. And adjust this guy. Oh, you know what, guys? Good news. We are getting some t-shirts made. So when we post it up, you guys better jump on it because you never know when we're gonna get some more made. Probably another 100 years. Remember, guys, this bike itself just arrived in a box. And the customer himself, you know, was excited. He kind of put some stuff together. The cranks was really loose. And he wants to see if he got what was worth his money. I didn't ask him. I didn't ask him what he paid for. I would assume this bike right here, the way it is, I would say the chrome's really good. Almost all the original parts, and I would say this thing, it's over 2,000. What do you guys think? What would you guys value this thing at? What would you guys, the most you guys would pay? Would you guys pay 2,000 for this, or am I wrong? Is it more? Is it less? Let me hear from you guys. Keep in mind, guys, everything on this thing is original. Well, almost. The tire isn't. The one thing that I'm not gonna have is I'm not gonna have these bolts, because these bolts right here, they're American size. I don't have any right now, so we just have to wait. Nope, this is, what is, quarter inch. There you go. Not a 6, guys. 6 is what you got on a lot of the stem nowadays, but the old school and the profile is number 6. Ooh, these are loose. So you guys might wonder, if you look into this, you see how they're all rusted? It's not. That's just dirt, debris, all the other stuff. You want to know what's a really cool trick? Trusted Bottle of Lube. Watch. Then what I'm going to do, get myself a rag, soak all that up, and there you go. You don't have to go and you don't have to spend so much money to get another bolt. All it is black. Those are natural color. So guys, the bike itself, that's all it needed. That's all it needed. It needed the brake dial, some grips put on, some tubes. The headset itself was great. Bottom bracket was great. Again, a very, very simple fix. These videos are just to show you that some of the bikes, it is so minor. I could already tell when I looked at it. I said everything's all good. It held up. He got a really good deal on this thing. But yeah, we're done. So there you guys have it, a 95 GT Pro Series 24. We rebuilt it back to the catalog specs. Guys, comment in. Do you guys like the catalog builds, Pro souped up build? Or you guys like to kind of throw in your own spice? You gotta make it into your own. You know, I'm really excited. I've been getting a lot of videos out for you guys, and you guys are right back up there with me. And the t-shirt, we're not gonna make these. We're gonna make the Maui and Sun one, the parody. We should have it in a couple weeks. Hit us up. As soon as we get it, we're gonna put it on our Instagram. You guys hit up. If it sell out, it'll be another like 100 years before I get it made. Thanks, guys.